Hey there, everybody. It's Mary Alice Duncan, and we are about to get started here on our webinar this evening. Because we're doing this tonight at 7 o'clock instead of our normal 8:30 or 9 o'clock after the kids are in bed, I know that several people were gathering others into their home and going to play this webinar kind of like we would an in-home mixer. So that being said, I'm going to make small talk for just like a minute. Just so that everybody has time. If you do have people in your home, you have time to gather them and get everybody seated and get your notebook, because there probably are going to be questions that you have throughout this presentation tonight, and I want to be sure that everybody has an opportunity to write those questions down. This is going to give you a lot of answers, but it may also, cause you to think of other questions and other things that you maybe need to get with the person who invited you to watch tonight, and get those questions answered. So I want to be sure that everybody is ready to be able to do that. So if you don't have a pen or you don't have a journal or a piece of paper, grab one really quickly. I think you'll be glad that you did, hopefully, by the end of the evening. So I want to welcome all of you and thank you, because I know that it's summertime. There's ball games, there's television, there's so many things that you could be doing, and you are taking time out of your busy schedule tonight to be here to learn more about an opportunity that is blessing people, an opportunity that has blessed someone in your life, at least one person, and they see value in AdvoCare for you as well, either because of the incredible products or because of the opportunity, or maybe it's both. So thank you for being here. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule. And with that, I've killed 3 minutes officially. So hopefully everyone is ready and has grabbed a seat and is ready to begin the presentation. So as I said at the very beginning, my name is Mary Alice Duncan. My husband Philip and I are diamond distributors with AdvoCare, and you'll know a little bit more about what that means towards the end. Really all that means is that we have had the opportunity over the last 3 years to help a lot of people get what they want out of AdvoCare. That's really all this is about. It's helping people find their fit, whether with the product, with the opportunity, or both, and we have been very fortunate to help a lot of people do that. What I've also come to realize over the last 3 years is that we all wrestle with debt, either physical debt, financial debt, or time debt. And what I mean when I say that is that we all have a deficiency that we wish wasn't there, right? Either we are physically exhausted and drained, maybe we are carrying around extra weight that we really wish we could get rid of. Maybe we've got some health issues that we can't quite figure out. Maybe, financially there's more month at the end of the money, right? Everybody gets that. Am I talking to you when I say that? There are all kinds of ways to be financially in debt. Maybe too many credit cards that haven't been paid off. And then there's time debt. And I often think that time debt is the most serious of all the debt, simply because time is the one thing that you can't make more of. Time is the one thing you can't get back, right? We can go out and we can make more money and we can do things to improve our health, but we can never make more time. And so we're going to talk about all 3 forms of debt tonight, and we're going to talk about how AdvoCare can be the vehicle to help you in all 3 of those areas, okay? We're going to start off doing that by talking about the average American family. All right, now these are statistics from visualeconomics.com. These are not AdvoCare statistics. These are nationwide. We're looking here at the average American family. They make about $43,000 a year. They own their own home. It's worth about $160,000, but they owe $95,000 on it to the bank. They have about $3,800 in the bank, but they can't manage to pay off a $2,200 credit card balance because for them, just like I said earlier, there's more month at the end of the money, living paycheck to paycheck. They don't have any investments, and I'd be willing to bet that that sweet little girl you see right there does not have a college fund, which more than likely means that she's going to repeat the vicious cycle that her parents started, and it's probably going to be a little bit worse for her. Now, if you look at the statistics at the bottom, you're going to see that 82% of all Americans hate what they do. Over 60% of working Americans drop a child off at daycare every day, not because they want to do that, but because they don't believe that they have another choice, okay? We have 66% of all adult Americans being overweight. And that middle column is where you will see that we're spending billions of dollars in the health and wellness industry because we're giving everything we have to this job, right, that pays us just enough so that we don't quit. And we're bringing our leftovers home to our family, the people that we love the most. And so we're exhausted all the time. It is a very nasty, very vicious cycle that we're in. And I don't know about you, but it doesn't really sound like the American dream. I read a quote today, and I want to read it to you guys. I just pulled it up on my phone as I was sitting here. It's a quote from someone named Ellen Goodman. I don't know who Ellen is, but Ellen sounds very wise. She says, normal is getting dressed in clothes that you buy for work, driving through traffic in a car that you're still paying for, in order to get to a job that you need so that you can pay for the clothes, car, and the house that you leave empty all day in order to afford to live in it. Now, guys, if that's normal, then I don't want to be normal. If that's average, then I don't want to be average. And that's why every 6 seconds someone starts a home-based business. And my job tonight, and I'm so excited about it, my job is to show you why AdvoCare, all right? That is the question that I want to answer for you by the end of our time together tonight, is why AdvoCare? Why would it be worth your time to say yes to this incredible opportunity? Now, this is my life before AdvoCare, and I know myself well, and I can tell you with all sincerity that this is not my real smile. Every smile that I see here is very flat and very fake and very put on because, oh my goodness, there's a camera in front of me. These are the rare photographs that were taken of me before about 4 years ago, all right? I was exhausted, you guys. I had zero energy. I was suffering from depression and anxiety. I was extremely overweight. My doctor had actually told me that I was morbidly obese. I began to put weight on after I had an illness about 13 years ago, and then it just got worse after I had my son. I continued to put on weight, and it just piled on and piled on and piled on until it got to the point where my doctor said, look, Mary Alice, if you don't do something different, you know, you're looking at an early death. I was setting a very bad example for my son. My little boy is actually the one, when he was 6 years old, he looked at me and he said, Mom, if you don't do something different, you're going to die. And I knew that that was more than he needed to be carrying at such a young age. My weight problem left me isolated. We were also struggling financially, which is the other piece of our story, and I will talk about that as we move through tonight. But just know that when we said yes to AdvoCare, everything changed. I got my energy back, my health back. I lost over 120 pounds. I've been learning how to make better choices, both in what I put into my body and how I treat my body. Because of the opportunity with AdvoCare, we've gone from foreclosure and literally staring down the barrel of losing everything that we own because of a failed real estate business to being able to travel the world together. Earning an income that we could have never imagined. We have relationships that are mutually beneficial, friendships that are deep and that are based on a common goal and a common thread. We have time and financial freedom. Those are amazing blessings. And I'm going to tell you tonight how we've done it. But I just want you to see the difference. Life before AdvoCare and life with AdvoCare. There's a marked difference. And it's the products, because the products are amazing, but it's more. It's more than that. Now, who is AdvoCare? All right, you may be on this presentation tonight and have never heard of AdvoCare before. I think that's pretty amazing. But maybe you have spoken to someone on a phone call. Maybe you have been to a mixer. Maybe this is your second webinar or your third webinar. I don't know. But AdvoCare, you need to know, is a world-class nutrition company. No more and no less, okay? We were founded 21 years ago in 1993, based out of Plano, Texas. We have over 70 products in our line. We have 250 years of science behind our products, and we have hundreds of non-cash compensated endorsers that I'm going to tell you about here in a little bit. We do two things in AdvoCare, in case you haven't already figured that out, and that is we provide solutions in the two areas that are plaguing American families today. I believe these are the two areas that are causing the most breakdown in our homes, and that's the area of health and the area of finances. Okay, that's all we do in AdvoCare, and we do that because of our founder. This is Charlie Regis. Charlie was a visionary. He was a man of great passion. He was also an athlete, so he understood how very important it was to fuel your lifestyle properly. He understood the importance of nutrition. Now, he was a businessman, and he had a great vision for using the direct selling model to distribute the world's finest nutritional products. Charlie knew that direct sales was the single greatest way to give ordinary people an extraordinary chance to do something great. But what Charlie had as far as vision and business mind, he lacked in the knowledge about nutrition. He didn't know how to formulate products. And so what Charlie did was he pulled together a scientific and medical advisory board that is absolutely second to none. When you Google these men and women, you are going to find a who's who in science, kinesiology, nutrition, research, sports performance. You know, you name it, these men and women are at the top of their game. They don't sit in a cube at AdvoCare. They have jobs, real world jobs. Dr. Stanley J. Dudrick, actually the surgery center at Yale University is named after him. If you look up Dr. Stanley Dudrick, what you're going to find is that he is so incredibly well respected in the medical community. He's actually known as the father of the IV. Now, he didn't invent the IV. What he did is he pioneered TPN, which is total parental nutrition, or the receiving of nutrition through an IV. So if you've ever been in the hospital and you have received nutrition through an IV, maybe you know a premature baby who received nutrition through an IV, this is the man that you can thank for that, because he is credited with saving the lives of tens of millions of premature babies because of that incredible technology. Dr. Dudrick chooses to lend his reputation to AdvoCare. He doesn't have to do that, but he believes in what we're doing, as do the rest of the doctors that you see here on our SciMed board. Now, you also are seeing the green Informed Choice check mark in the top right corner of your screen. Why that's important is because the FDA regulates the supplement industry. We typically only ever hear from them, though, when something goes really bad wrong. So you might see a news story or something on Facebook, and you think, oh my goodness, what is going on? But they don't require supplement companies to test their products. AdvoCare voluntarily submits over half of our products for testing to Informed Choice. All of our performance products that athletes would take are submitted for testing, and we are 100% banned substance-free, toxin-free, and contaminant-free. And you guys, that is so key when you're choosing a product to put in your body, particularly if you're an athlete like Drew Brees. Drew Brees is our national spokesperson. Drew understands that he gets paid to perform. His paycheck depends on his body's performance. He cannot afford to test positive for a banned substance, and that is why Drew trusts AdvoCare. Now, he does get paid to perform, but he does not get paid by AdvoCare. None of our endorsers do, and the reason being, we compensate our endorsers in product. So they are compensated with AdvoCare products to take AdvoCare products. These, again, they depend on their bodies to perform, and they choose AdvoCare, and they say no to any other performance product endorsement deal that they could possibly have. So they're probably saying no to millions of dollars because they're choosing to say yes to AdvoCare. Why? Because they know that they can trust every single time they put these products into their bodies, and that's powerful. Now, a few of our other non-cash paid endorsers that you're going to see here: Rich Froning, world's fittest man, 3 years in a row, a winner of the CrossFit Games 3 years in a row. He actually started using AdvoCare products 3 years ago, and I don't think there's any coincidence there. Also, you're going to see Jason Witten and Colt McCoy, just Trevor Bain, the driver of the #6 car, so many incredible athletes. They have a very stringent process that they have to go through before they are ever chosen to be an AdvoCare endorser. And I will tell you that character counts when we choose our endorsers. Now, when it comes to you and when it comes to your decision for AdvoCare, the really neat thing about it is that you have 4 options. There are 4 different relationships when you're looking at getting involved with AdvoCare. And if I'm being honest with you, there are actually 5, because you can choose to say no. If AdvoCare is not for you, if it's not the right time for you, you know what? That is all right. You can say not right now. You can say no. You can say, please don't talk to me about this again. And your friend is going to respect you, because we always want people to have options, okay? But if you do choose to get engaged with AdvoCare, and we sure hope that you will, know that there are 4 relationships. Number 1 is a retail customer. That means you buy your product at full retail cost from the person who's helping you. You can also be a wholesale customer. This means that you sign up with the person who's helping you for a $79 fee. That's going to get you several things, including your very own website. It's going to get you $60 in free product that's going to come to you in a welcome kit. And then you're also going to have an immediate 20 to 30% discount on your product based upon the size of your order. Now, by default, when you become a wholesale customer, you also have the right but not the obligation to distribute the product. Some people just, right? They don't want to tell other people, and that's okay. We respect that. But a really neat thing happens when you get great results on AdvoCare's products. People want to know what you're doing. That's how I found it. My girlfriend was dropping inches and looking phenomenal. She went from a size 12 to a 6 on a 24-day challenge, and I said, oh, hey, now, I need to know what's going on, and that tends to happen. Well, when that happens, you can let people know what you're doing, introduce them to the person who's helping you, and you can make a little bit of extra income as a distributor. We're going to dig into that a little bit more here in a second, but some people just love having their product covered every month, and you can do that as a distributor. But the real wealth and the real excitement for me comes at the business advisor level. This is someone who says either A, I love these products and I'm going to take them for the rest of my life, therefore I want a 40% discount. Why in the world would I pay full price or even 20 to 30% off when I could have a 40% discount for life? At the advisor level, you know that you're not leaving money on the table, but it also means that you have the choice to build a business that can not only pay you full-time income for part-time effort, but can also set you up to build a legacy. It's incredible to me what people are doing with this vehicle, but it all depends on how you see it. If you look at this like a menu and all your options are fantastic, it just all depends on how hungry you are. And business advisor is for that person that comes to the table starving and ready to get full. Now, let's take just a minute and talk about our incredible products, because with a scientific and medical advisory board like we have, and with some of the testimonials that you're going to see tonight, you're going to see right out of the gate that our products work. Okay, we're going to talk about the 24-day challenge, not because this is all we specialize in, but because this is our flagship program. The 24-day challenge is where most people start with AdvoCare, simply because this is like a reset button. If you were an iPhone, the 24-day challenge is what you would do to restore your factory settings, okay? Because most of us are fatigued and carrying around extra body weight because we're not absorbing nutrition properly. We want to be sure that we get your body into a state where it is absorbing nutrition properly, not only from the supplements, but also from your food, because we advocate for a lean and clean diet. This is not, get skinny in a box. This is not fix me in a box. This is a supplement. This is a supplementation program to come alongside a clean and healthy diet. Now, when you're doing the 24-day challenge, we are going to coach you. We're going to help you learn how to shop in the grocery store. We're going to help you learn how to purchase foods like, lean meats, whole grains, fruits, vegetables. We're going to help you learn and understand which foods to avoid, like dairy and coffee and certain other things that you might not want to have on your first 10 days of your 24-day challenge. But know that you're going to be eating a lot, okay, a whole lot, more than you're probably expecting. You're going to be eating every 2 to 3 hours to keep your metabolism revved up, to keep your energy level up. And then you're going to take the products in the Herbal Cleanse box. The very first 10 days of your 24-day challenge is dedicated to detoxing your body so that you can properly absorb the nutrition that you're going to put in starting on day 11. All right, so the 3 products in the Herbal Cleanse box, there's a fiber drink. There's also a probiotic that helps to replenish and replace the good gut flora. And then there's also some Herbal Cleanse tablets that you take at night before you go to bed. You're also going to take Omegaplex every day, which is amazing for reducing inflammation in the body. The omegas are not only good for heart health, but they're also great for your joints, for your hair, your skin, your nails. I was not able to grow long hair until AdvoCare, and because of this Omegaplex, my hair is, I actually need a haircut right now. I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. It's absolutely incredible product. You're also going to have Spark every single day, and Spark is 3 to 5 hours in energy. Spark is the product that sold me on AdvoCare. I drank 1 Spark at a friend's house, and I told my husband, I said, babe, if I can feel like that every single day, and I can help other people feel that way every single day, we're going to be millionaires, and I'm going to be like the most productive woman you've ever met. And it's true, because Spark is a game changer. Spark is chock full of vitamins, minerals, nutrients, and amino acids. It's brain food. So you're going to feel alert. You're going to feel awake. You're going to feel present. All of the things that you wish the other energy drinks would do for you, Spark is going to do for you, because it's just that good. Now, you have some add-on products that you can also take during your cleanse phase if you choose. One is Catalyst. Catalyst is a branched-chain amino acid. It's going to feed your lean muscle and force your body to burn stored body fat. I highly recommend at least 1, probably 2 bottles of Catalyst for each 24-day challenger, simply because Catalyst is going to greatly enhance the results that you're getting, okay? Now, when we move over into the max phase, the max phase is, like I said, when we begin to supplement. This is when you start to put the good stuff back into your body. When you reach the max phase of your 24-day challenge, this is when we start talking to you and teaching you about the 80-20 eating plan, which means that you're going to eat 80% clean and 20% you're going to get to enjoy life like you would normally enjoy life. You know, we realize that birthday cake happens, and that, you know, going out to eat and having Italian happens. And if anything has to be held to a standard of perfection, everyone will fail. Right? It's not maintainable. And this has to be something that fits into your life, that simplifies your nutrition, and that is maintainable. So you're eating 80% clean, 20% not clean if you want to, and you're taking the products that come for the max phase of your 24-day challenge. Those include a meal replacement shake that you have every morning for breakfast. We're not a big, proponent of supplementing meals, but because most people do not get enough protein in their diet, this is a great way to get 24 grams of carbs, 24 grams of pre-digested protein first thing in the morning. It's going to light your metabolism on fire and give you what you need, to start your day off right. It's a phenomenal breakfast. It's what I've had nearly every day for the last 3 years, and I wouldn't turn it around. I wouldn't do it any other way. You're also going to have Spark every single day, hallelujah, during your max phase. But my favorite part of the max phase are those little purple boxes that you see there on the right, and that is the Metabolic Nutrition System, or MNS for short. There are 3 different formulas. You will only need 1 formula. There's a 3 formula for wellness, a C formula for appetite control, and an E formula for energy. This is your core nutrition. This is everything you need in a given day, fills in all of the gaps in your nutrition. It's rocket fuel, basically, for the human body. This is going to help you feel your best. It's going to help you, get the results that you desire. Now, there are also a couple of add-on products for the max phase. Catalyst is one. Keep taking that Catalyst every day. There's Thermo Plus, which is a thermogenic to help you metabolize fat more efficiently. And then there's also Carbies for that meal that maybe you're going to have a slice of bread. Maybe you're going to have, some rice, and you want to minimize the damage of those carbs. You're going to be able to take Carbies, and it's really going to help with that. So, in a nutshell, this is your 24-day challenge. But the good news is that this is just the beginning. This is just the kickstart. So when you look at someone like my friend Angie Perry, who lives in Auburn, Alabama, the day that I met Angie, she looked like she looked in that photo there from August of 2012. Angie was like me. She had been very obese, and her husband, Brad, was being deployed to Afghanistan. The day that I was introduced to Angie by her cousin, Brad had deployed that morning. And so Angie was looking at having to be essentially a single mom with her two young children at home. And she has since told me that one of the reasons she knew she had to change was because she would take her kids to the park, but she would have to let her little girl stay in the stroller, because she knew that if she let her get out of the stroller, Angie, would not be able to keep up with her because of her weight, and how unfair she felt that was to her daughter. And so Angie made a decision to change. And while her husband Brad was overseas, she got started on AdvoCare. She lost 66 pounds, went from a size 20 to a 10, and that photograph that you see there in the bottom right was the day that he came home. He did not even recognize her when he got off the plane. Someone had to point her out to him because of the drastic change that had occurred in her when she started on that 24-day challenge. Now, you look on the right-hand side and you'll see that her current stats, she's down 70 pounds, down to a size 8, and she's now a certified body pump instructor. And Angie, who just has the sweetest heart, is now earning $300 a month just by helping a few of her friends get started on these products as well. Now, Angie is kind of like me. She didn't stop with the 24-day challenge. She kept taking the trim line of AdvoCare's products to continue her weight loss story, but now, because she's a certified body pump instructor, she is taking the Performance Elite product line. Now, this is the product line that you'll see in every NFL locker room, that Drew Brees uses, that Rich Froning uses, that a lot of our Olympians use. Finest nutritional, elite products on the market today. The good thing about AdvoCare is it is a one-stop shop. It's your pre-workout, during workout, your hydration, your oxygenation, your post-workout, your nighttime recovery. Whatever you need for a workout, we have that, which means there aren't going to be any gaps, and there aren't going to be any overlaps, and you're not going to have to run to 20 different stores to figure out what you need. And what I love here about the timeline that you'll see, if you go to advocare.com/elite, you will find the Performance Elite timeline that will help you see, based upon the type of workout that you're doing, exactly how to fuel that workout. Absolutely amazing. I just started working out with a personal trainer myself. I've decided that I'm going to take it to another level. I've started using these performance products, and it is absolutely amazing. 3 weeks ago, I could not do a single pull-up. Laughed at my trainer, actually scoffed at him, said, "Adam, I'll never be able to do a pull-up. I'm just not built that way." And I will have you know that today I did 3 sets of 10 completely unassisted. Thank you, AdvoCare Performance Products. And I turned 40 in December. So there's my little plug, my little testimony for that. Now, we also know that not everybody has the time or the inclination for a personal trainer or to even go to the gym. Most of us are busy all the time, and so we need a quick workout that is effective, that's not going to waste our time, and that's where the KNU24 DVD series comes in. We have a level 1 and a level 2 based upon your endurance and skill level. Level 2 comes with an exercise ball and a resistance cord, but let me just tell you right now, you will get the best workout of your life with these DVDs. Each workout is 24 minutes long. and you'll be a heaping puddle of sweat on the floor when you're done. You will definitely know that you worked out. These workouts are phenomenal, and I can't recommend them enough. Neither can our person who's about to speak. So hang on just 1 second.
Winning takes hard work, dedication, and commitment. Professional and world-class athletes use AdvoCare products. Why? Because they work. Scientifically formulated, independently tested, and proven to give us the results that we're looking for, to compete at a championship level. Are you looking for results? AdvoCare. Use it. Pros do.
Wow. I always forget where I insert that video into this presentation, so sometimes Rich sneaks up on me, but that is Rich Froning, you guys, one of our endorsers, elite CrossFit athlete, and he trusts AdvoCare. Whitney Gladden, Diamond Distributor, she also trusts AdvoCare. Whitney is a dear friend of mine, and what I love about Whitney's story is that, unlike me, she started out very thin, and what she desired to do was to be very fit. Had always had a dream of being a fitness model, but pursued a career in law, and after her children were born, realized that she wanted to be with them more than she wanted to practice law, used the AdvoCare opportunity to retire not only herself, but also her husband from their law jobs, and with all her free time decided, you know what, I'm going to realize that dream. And so what you see here is a 4-month transformation using AdvoCare's performance products. Whitney's actually one of the instructors on the DVD, so if you try out the DVD, you will see her on the DVD. But to go from the photograph on the left to the photographs on the right in 4 months is absolutely remarkable. The best thing about Whitney, what I love most, is that she's 37. Most people don't realize. They think she's in her 20s because she looks so fantastic. But she is 37, and she just competed in her very first fitness competition at the age of 37 and placed in the top 10. So, again, another incredible testimony for these performance products. And so, because we have such phenomenal products, because we have a 21-year track record, a debt-free company, so many things to stand on for credibility, what you're going to see within AdvoCare over and over and over again are very ordinary people like myself doing extraordinary things. And this is my very favorite part of this presentation because, yes, the products have blessed my life. The products have blessed my life in incredible ways by taking over 100 pounds off my body and allowing me to feel better than I ever thought possible. But it is the opportunity of AdvoCare that has changed my life more than anything else, because the opportunity has given me what we talked about in the beginning, which is both financial freedom and also time freedom. So whether or not you came on the presentation tonight to hear about the opportunity, I hope that you will stick around and see if this could be something for you. Now, as we said in the very beginning, there are 4 different ways that you can get involved with AdvoCare. Retail customer, wholesale customer, distributor, or advisor. And as an advisor, we get paid 5 ways. As a distributor, we get paid 2 ways. Okay, so if you choose to be a distributor with AdvoCare, know that you're going to be getting paid retail and wholesale. Okay, basically what that means is that when you help someone get started on product at either the retail level or the wholesale level, you're going to get a commission for that. Okay, that's awesome. It's great. That's fun money. You know, we call it mailbox money. It's going to help you get your product paid for every month. Okay, now when you become an advisor, you have the opportunity to earn 3 additional forms of income: incentives, overrides, and leadership bonuses. We're going to talk about the incentives in depth here in just a moment, but I want to camp out for just a minute on overrides and leadership bonuses. I'm not going to give you an in-depth view. We'd be here all night if I tried to explain that because I'm not a math girl. But the best way that I can explain overrides and leadership bonuses to you is that AdvoCare will compensate you for each person that you help start their own AdvoCare business. So the more people that you find, that you share with, who see AdvoCare like you see it, you're going to begin to earn overrides and leadership bonuses. These two forms of income are residual, and they're only available to you now once you become an advisor. Now, I will be completely transparent with you. I'm sitting in my home right now in my pajamas. My husband is not here. He's leading a mixer tonight, which is an in-person AdvoCare meeting. So I have my hair in a bun, wearing my jammies, hanging out on my couch, and I'm earning income. Okay, I haven't been to a meeting today. I haven't really done a whole lot today other than share with you guys tonight, which I love to do. But I'm earning income right now because of conversations that I had 2 years ago. Okay, that's the beauty of a residual income. I'll be earning income in 10 years for conversations that I had today. It's a beautiful thing to build a residual income that pays you over time. The other great thing about the two forms of residual income that we earn is that it's willable, okay? And what that means is that, you know, Lord forbid something were to happen to my husband and myself, our business is willable to our son. And Jack would continue to earn income on what his mom and dad have built. And that's extraordinary, okay? Now, when we talk about the incentives that AdvoCare offers, one of the most exciting incentives, and the one that people find out about first, is our rookie bonus incentive. When you become an advisor, for your very first 3 pay periods, that's about 6 weeks. Each pay period is about 2 weeks in length. For your very first 3 pay periods, you have an opportunity to earn a $500 rookie bonus. Best part about the rookie bonus is that it is a you do, you get bonus, which means you do the work, you're going to get the bonus. You're not in competition with anyone other than yourself. And what that means is that over the course of your first 6 weeks, you will generate $3,000 in retail volume and sponsor 3 brand new distributors. Okay? You do that, you're going to earn a rookie bonus. Now, if you are a prospect on this webinar tonight, someone who has not yet said yes to AdvoCare, you might be thinking, wow, that's a whole lot of volume. I will tell you right now that that's my goal every single 2 weeks. And for most people who build a business in AdvoCare, they find that reaching $3,000 in volume in a 2-week pay period is not really that difficult. So as a newbie, you have 6 weeks to accrue that amount of volume through your 3 new distributors. And what you've just done when you've done this and when you've earned the rookie bonus is you've set yourself up to have a business that will pay you on average anywhere from $40,000 to $80,000 a year very, very quickly, just based on the structure that you build by earning a rookie bonus. Now, my favorite incentive that AdvoCare puts out there for us are the dream trips. And the reason that this is so important to me is I love to travel, but I'd never been able to travel because we weren't financially able. The only time we'd ever traveled was either to visit Grandma and Grandpa, or the couple times that Grandma and Grandpa had taken us to Disney World, and we had to let our son ride everything with Grandma and Grandpa first because they paid for the trip. So as you can imagine, that wasn't all that exciting for me. And so when we saw that AdvoCare offered these incredible trips, we got really fired up about that. The next trip that AdvoCare is offering is to Costa Rica. It's going to be in December. There's going to be a cruise through the Panama Canal. It's going to be absolutely outstanding, and I know that Philip and I are very excited about this trip. But our very first trip that we earned in AdvoCare, we were 6 months into our business, and we earned a trip to Atlantis. This was a dream come true for all of us, simply because our little boy had never really been anywhere exciting, and he loves sea animals and all kinds of things like that. So this was truly a dream come true for him, because the Atlantis trip was a family trip. So we did get to take him. This is Jack with Sasha the dolphin. And this was our trip to Honolulu Bay in Hawaii. We got to take a cruise around the Nepali coast. Our captain of our ship there told us that less than 2% of the world's population will ever see what we saw that day with their naked eyes. That's how remote this area is in the world. And to know that AdvoCare provided this opportunity for us, an opportunity that we would have never had otherwise, and to be able to experience that with such incredible people is really what it's all about. You see, when Charlie Regis set up our trip plan, it wasn't, so that they could roll out the red carpet and treat us like royalty, although they do that. Everything from the moment that you're picked up to the moment that you're dropped off is taken care of, and it is truly a 5-star trip all the way. That's all great, but what Charlie knew is that most people where they work, they are surrounded by whiners and people who are very unhappy with life. You saw the first slide, right, about the average American family, with 82% of all Americans hating what they do. That's not a happy group of people out there. And so Charlie knew that if he could take you out of that environment and put you somewhere beautiful and treat you very well and surround you with other people who are the best of the best of the best at speaking life and hope, that he could then send you back into the environment that you came from and you could have a positive impact. That was Charlie's vision for these trips, and that's what happens every single time. Every single time I leave an AdvoCare trip, I come home a better person. Now, when I sit down with each new person that joins our team and says yes to AdvoCare, when we look at the comparable salaries chart, this is kind of always an eye-opener. You can kind of watch their wheels spinning and you can kind of see things starting to make sense. If you look on the right, you're going to see the average U.S. salaries for different professions. Okay, I always laugh when I sit down with a teacher because all my teacher friends are like, I don't know where they're getting paid, but that's not what I'm getting paid. So this is a nationwide average of salaries, and I can tell you that's about right for a real estate agent because that's what my husband did. So when we sat down and we saw this chart, where we were in life was a failed real estate business, a stay-at-home mom, and we were needing about $1,000 a month to stay afloat. $500 a month would have gotten our house out of foreclosure, but $1,000 a month would have helped us get some bills paid. So we saw that silver level of leadership and we said, okay, maybe we can do that. All right. The people that were sharing AdvoCare with us at that time were 9-star emeralds, making about $15,000 to $18,000 a month, and that seemed insane to us. We could not understand how that was possible. See, before I became a stay-at-home mom, I was a social worker. I made $21,000 a year, and I was on call for 24 hours a day. And really, it didn't matter whether or not I had a gun pulled on me, or if I was breaking up a fight, or if I was sitting behind my desk, or if I was, working 24 hours a day or 8 hours a day. I was going to bring home $21,000 a year. And the reason for that is simply because somebody else determined my worth, right? Now, when my husband was in real estate, even though he owned his own business, the business owned him, because anytime a client would call and need to go see a house, he had to go show that house, whether he sold them a house or not, right? So I can remember nights that he would go in the middle of dinner because he'd get a phone call, or even on Christmas Eve to show a home, because he was always having to go do that in hopes of making a sale. All right. Now I can tell you that never once throughout my husband's real estate career did he receive a call from a family that bought a home from him, 6 months later saying, wow, Philip, this is such a great house. We're going to send you a $1,500 check just because we're enjoying the family room. No. But that's how AdvoCare works. When you help somebody get started on Spark, they're never going to want to be without Spark, right? So 6 months later, when they're still ordering Spark, you're still going to be getting a paycheck. And that's how we can grow such significant incomes in AdvoCare. If you look at that Ruby level, it's about $82,000 a year. Our mentors, Brooks and Chris Reed, hit Ruby in 90 days, okay? Our other mentors, Jason and Angela Pinnell, when we began, were 9-star emeralds. Now they are platinum. You can do the math there. My husband and I just reached the diamond level in AdvoCare. We earned over $30,000 in the month of May. That's $10,000 more than I used to make in an entire year as a social worker. Now, the point here is not the money, okay? I need to be really clear on that. The point here is not the money. The point here is what the money can allow you to do. I used to be afraid to talk about money, and now it's one of my favorite things to talk about, because I've realized through this journey that money is neutral. Money only makes you more of who you already are. And also, if you think you're making enough money, it's obvious you're not giving enough away. And I had to come to terms with that. Okay? So when I came to terms with that, I was able to begin to grow my income so that I could do more. And so our purpose for these three beautiful boys that you see here, these are our sons, Emery, Crispin, and Philippe. They live in the Congo. They're currently in foster care. They were, up until last week, in an orphanage. We were able to finally get them moved to foster care where we can now be financially responsible for them. We can provide them with food. We can provide them with clothing and toys and the things that they desire until things in the Congo settle down and we're able to get them home. But our heart and our passion and our purpose and the reason we get up every day and the reason we keep sharing with people and the reason we help people succeed is because we have a purpose that drives us every single day. Our first purpose was to get our house out of foreclosure. Our second purpose was to bring my husband home from his real estate job. Our third purpose was to bring our son home to homeschool. Our next purpose, and the purpose we're working on now, is getting our three sons home from the Congo. So here's what I want you to know. You might be watching this presentation right now and you're like, I just want to feel better. That's amazing. That's a huge purpose. Maybe you just want to lose 10 pounds. That's amazing. Both of those things are amazing. But know that when you get started on these amazing products, you got to give yourself room to grow your purpose. And when you achieve the first one, you got to be ready to have another one. You always got to be working towards that purpose. And if you're like me, and you do have a massive purpose, but it feels overwhelming, you know what? It's okay to start small. It's okay to start with Spark and just feel great. Because when you do that, you're going to be more compelled to share with other people. So our story is very simple. We've been in AdvoCare for 3 years. Started out with $146 to our name. Figured out a way by sharing with other people to get to the advisor level in 3 days because we had to do it. Drove to Fort Worth, Texas to Success School on day number 10 of our 24-day challenge, caught the vision of this incredible company, came home, got to work, and now 3 years later, Diamond Distributors, helping more people every single day because we have a purpose that fuels us to do that. Now, these are our dear friends, Phil and Melanie Thomason. This is one of the couples on our team that we're so blessed to help every single day. And what I love about Phil and Melanie is that when they started AdvoCare, it was one of the busiest, most stressful seasons of their life. Melanie is a high school counselor, and she was in school to get a higher degree. Her husband, Phil, owned his own business, was working all the time. They have 2 very precious, very active children. And Melanie called me one day because she needed Spark. Okay, that's all she wanted was Spark. So she started buying Spark at a discount. Then they decided to do a 24-day challenge. They got great results. And then she called me one day and she said, all right, Mary Alice, I'm tired of watching. I want to know what's going on. I have a mountain of debt that I need to pay down, and I believe that you can help me. And I'm here to tell you that when they got intentional about their business around January of this last year, they've now paid down $14,000 of debt. Guys, what in the world would that do for you? With a little bit of intentional effort, despite how busy they are, they found a way to fit AdvoCare in to their life, and as a result have paid off $14,000 of debt that otherwise would still have been a noose around their neck. That is so powerful. And so that brings me to my question for you. Where will you be in 2 to 5 years? Because that's the question. The question is, it's not about me. It's not about Phil and Melanie. It's not about any of these other stories that you've heard tonight. This presentation is for you. Where will you be in 2 to 5 years? And most of the time, people either answer one of 2 ways. They answer in kind of a, well, I guess I'll be here, and they answer based out of their rut. They answer based out of, well, I'm kind of here right now and nothing's really changing, so I guess I can assume it's either going to be just like this or worse. Man, how sad. Or they have a big, huge dream that they throw out there that they're really excited about. And my question to them always is, well, was that the same thing you would have said 5 there yet. So the question that has to come down to, if you answered out of your rut, if you answered out of, well, I guess I'm going to be here, or if you have a big dream, what are you going to do today, right now, this minute? What time is it? It is 7:50 on June 23rd. What are you going to do right now that's going to allow either the rut not to be the case or your dream to come to fruition? Because, guys, I'm here to tell you right now that if nothing changes, nothing changes. I think we all sit around and we wait for something magical to fall out of the sky, and sometimes it does, but it usually comes disguised as work. And I'm presenting to you an incredible opportunity where if you can take your discretionary time and spend it sharing AdvoCare, being teachable, being willing to help other people, in 2 to 5 years, your life can look like whatever you want your life to look like. And that brings me back to the 4 relationships. If you want to get started on product, please know that you can get with the person who's helping you. You can buy your product at full retail cost, and you will feel great. You'll get great results. You'll get great support. If you want to become a wholesale customer, get back with the person who's helping you. They're going to be able to help you get started with that $79 membership fee and get the discount that you choose based upon the size of your order. If you desire to distribute the product, that's amazing. We're going to teach you how to do that, because there's definitely a right way and there's definitely a wrong way. The last thing we want to become is a salesperson. We want to be a purveyor of hope, not a peddler of product. And we're going to teach you how to do that. You're going to take your product, get great results, and invite your friends and family to hear more from the person who's helping you. Now, if that sounds like something that you can do, just know that you can get paid 2 ways to do that as a distributor, or you can do the exact same job and get paid 5 ways as an advisor. So if you desire more out of life, whether it's an opportunity or whether it is a 40% discount on your products, then advisor is where you need to be. And what advisor looks like, it is a one-time $3,000 retail order of product. Because you're going to purchase that at a 30% discount, you're going to be investing $2,100 into your AdvoCare business that will pay you tenfold if you will be teachable, if you will be willing. All right? Now, the great thing about your advisor order, it is a one-time order. So you can look at it this way. You can purchase product, you can stock your pantry, you can be done with that, and you can get about the business of building an AdvoCare business knowing that you just saved $900 by stocking your pantry. All right? Or you can look at this as a business investment, and you can purchase 24-day challenges, maybe some other products, $3,000 worth of product, you pay $2,100 for it. If you turn around and retail that product, you're going to have a $900 profit built in. So not only will you recoup the $2,100 investment that you just made, you will also recoup a $900 profit, okay? Becoming an advisor means that you are then eligible for the rookie bonuses, the trips, and all the other incentives that we talked about earlier, okay? Now, let me say this. There's a big difference when you're getting to advisor between can't and won't. When we began in AdvoCare, we wanted so badly to get to advisor, but we couldn't. And it wasn't a won't, it was a couldn't. We truly had no money, we had no credit cards, and we had borrowed our parents out. So we worked our way to advisor. And so know that you can do that. The person who's helping you can help you work your way to advisor by sharing with other people. That is totally doable. The only thing I would say is make sure that you do it quickly. The last thing you want to do when you're working to advisor is to do it slowly, because your friends and your family, they're going to do exactly what you did. And in AdvoCare, the speed of the leader determines the speed of the pack. And in AdvoCare, speed always attracts success. So whatever your way to advisor, just get there quickly, okay? Now, guys, listen. I said this earlier, if nothing changes, nothing changes, and that is truly my heart. It is truly my heart to say to you tonight, wherever you are, if there's something in your life that you're unhappy with, it can change. but you have to be the one to change it. And I believe if you see AdvoCare the way that I see it, it all starts here. This can be your solution. So reach back to the person who's helping you, let them know what you saw tonight, and let's get you started on the world's finest nutrition with the world's finest opportunity, and help the next 2 to 5 years for you look like what you desire it to look like. All right? Thanks, guys. Have a fantastic evening, and I really appreciate you guys being with me tonight. Bye-bye.